Hello Libra, and welcome to your June 2020 monthly reading. I am alignedsoultarot, and these messages are general, so keep that in mind. And just because it is time stamped for June, it doesn't have to just resonate for this period in time. Whenever you are resonating with the title, say you find it in July or August, you know, it can still provide a lot of insight. And I actually find that it benefits you as the listener to look into, you can't always look into the future, right? But say you're in July or August and you find this June monthly and you're like, okay, I resonate with that title. Actually looking at past readings can really help you gain insight into your current moment, say in July or August. Just a deeper perspective maybe that you didn't see when you were in those energies. So just keep that in mind, that these messages, you know, may not resonate right away. I could be picking up on past energies as well. So I kind of just timestamp them for organization purposes, and, you know, for people to kind of have a timeline of the energies, right? Okay, so this is for the Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And like I said, for Libra and the Venus retrograde, you know, Venus is your ruling planet. So you're very used to this Venusian energy. And with any retrograde, really all it's doing is highlighting the negative and the positive of that sign. And for some people that don't have a lot of Venus placement, or that's not their ruling planet, it can feel a little bit more heavy. But there's always a lesson in that, right? There's always a lesson in any retrograde, so just know that. And for you in the pre-shuffle, what I was really sensing and getting for you is this lightheartedness, this ease. And I was even sensing that with the Venus retrograde, is to be, you know, a bit skeptical around love and more passive, take a more passive approach. Embracing this air energy, right? Your air. So you do also vibe with Gemini, which we're in Gemini season. We also have the Venus in Gemini. So there's a lot of that airy energy. So playing with that energy, right? Embracing it. Treading lightly is what I'm getting for you. Letting kind of the air guide you at your feet and just let things kind of flow in your life, not be too heavy or restricted. And I am sensing that you're doing that. We have the open-mindedness as kind of like a general message for you, overlying message for this reading. Open-mindedness, right? So being gentle, flowing, you know, if you are entering into a new beginning, okay, which right here we have a new beginning, but it's in reverse, so we'll talk about that. I think you're not necessarily going all in, right? Taking this and going all in. I think for any sort of new beginning right now, you're just staying really open-minded. Like, I'm just going with the flow, no strings attached. Like, I just want to embrace the unknown is what I'm getting for you. And you're doing so with confidence. You also had the Queen of Wands upright with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So I don't necessarily think that you're nurturing one thing. This is air energy as well. So this is the new beginning that wanted to come out in the pre-shuffle. It's the Ace of Air, so speaking your truth. Maybe you're just kind of taking a more backseat approach right now. You're staying open-minded. When you release your prejudices and judgments, you enter into a deep, abiding peace. So that's kind of where your energy is lying right now. Also in the pre-shuffle, we had the Two of Cups and the Eight of Wands in reverse. So Two of Cups, there's this potential like soulmate union. This is any sort of union, karmic, twin flame, however you want to label it, right? I think you're just staying really open-minded about it. Not putting yourself in one sort of specific container. We have this container card, which we'll read more on. Non-duality here was in reverse. So like sensing that you can see all aspects of it. Not being just restricted to one way of thinking. It's in reverse. So I think that that means that you're being very dualistic at this time. You know, seeing all aspects of self, integrating your shadow self, your light self, this openness to you. and not being too restricted with the validation card here, like not really needing outside validation is what I'm getting for you. Really kind of going with your flow. That Queen of Wands energy. Queen of Wands is very, very confident, right? Stepping into your confidence, trusting. We have the solar plexus here in reverse. So one thing I'm sensing for you is that your solar plexus may be too open in this period. So just trying to stay balanced in your solar plexus, because you can have a underreactive or overreactive chakra, right? And we all strive for balance when we are in our spiritual growth and evolution. And that's what my channel is really striving to provide, that insight for people to grow on their paths. I try to focus my readings mainly on you as an individual. And if someone else shows up in the reading, that's all the better, right? But with these general readings, I really try to focus on you and what you're needing to heal and grow and evolve at this time. So I think this is pertaining to you, but we'll see more in the reading who this might be pertaining to. But I'm sensing it's you. Solar plexus is all about creativity, confidence. That's when I think of the Queen of Wands, I think of the solar plexus. And you can go either way, like I said, right? You could be operating from an overreactive solar plexus or an underreactive solar plexus where you're not really confident. You're needing that validation from other people. So however that resonates for you, okay, take it as it resonates for you. These are just general messages, and then you kind of fit them into your story. And if they don't resonate, then I urge you to reach out to me for a private reading. The rest of May, I have 20% off all my private readings, and we can really get way more specific. But I will be providing, depending on where you're at, I do sense that there needs to be some healing around the solar plexus. In the description box below, I'll provide you with a lovely guided meditation. I actually have been working through each chakra. I've done it several times. You know, I think we always should be meditating and focusing on these centers within us just to keep ourselves in alignment, because things get thrown off whack sometimes, and it's okay. It's just a part of our human experience. So the channel that I'll provide will focus on the solar plexus, but it has a breakdown of each chakra. And they do a great job with just guiding you through this meditation. So I'll provide that for you. But let's kind of dive into your reading, Libra. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. This is for Libra for June 2020. Yeah, like I was saying with that solar plexus, when it is underreactive, you are seeking that outside validation. So maybe you're learning not to do that anymore. And that's why I'm feeling this like openness and a willingness to trust in yourself and confidence. I'm really sensing that you're stepping into that. You're stepping into your power, that Queen of Wands energy, okay? Embracing that Queen of Wands energy. Fiery, passionate, you know, open-minded. Don't be too restricted in your thoughts at this time. Going with the flow, embracing that Gemini air energy, embracing your airy self. But of course, Libra does strive for balance. So, right, that balance that you want to find within your solar plexus. All right, Libra. Calling on soul guidance for my Libra tribe. Let's cut the deck. Let's see what the cards have to say for you for this period in time. We'll see how it kind of ties in with the empathic oracle cards. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Two of Fire, Two of Wands. It's in reverse. So this is where I feel like there's that kind of skepticism about what's going to happen in the future, right? Two of Wands upright is all about kind of embracing the unknown. Look at the fire at their feet. So I feel this fiery energy around you, especially with the Queen of Wands and the pre-shuffle. I'm sensing that you're really embracing that fire energy, right? Looking towards the sun, into the unknown, into the future. You know, you're taking on this wand energy. very confident. But when it's in reverse, there's just a little bit of skepticism. Like there's this unknown, right? There's a lot going on with the world in general, that we are kind of facing a lot of unknowns. And, you know, I sense that all the time within myself. And what's really helped ground me and kind of bring me back is that even when we don't have all these external things happening in the world, like for instance, the pandemic that we're all kind of facing here globally. Even if this weren't the case, even though it is very extreme, right? It's teaching us a lot. But we have to understand that even without this pandemic, there are always unknowns. There's death, there's impermanence. These are always key aspects of life, right? And we have to understand that. And we can still dream, we can still envision this two of fire. You can still look out into the future and manifest, but you might not be able to take as much action right now with it being in reverse. So you're just kind of going with the flow is what I'm sensing. You're not taking as much action with this in reverse, which a lot of us are having to do that, you know, reassess, plan with this retrograde energy. Kind of revisiting, rehashing, recalibrating. Okay? Staying open-minded for you, Libra. Being honest and truthful with yourself, okay? So what I'm seeing here, we have the Page of Air, the Knight of Water in reverse, the Five of Air, and the World card in reverse. So embracing the unknown, being playful, open-minded, you know, ebbs and flows, easing into it all. I think that's very beautiful for you. But what I'm sensing when I pull these cards here is that don't close yourself off too much, right? Don't be too independent. Remember that Queen of Wands energy? Like making sure that whatever sort of dynamic you're in, whatever relationship that you might be in at this time, even if you're single, what I'm sensing for you, Libra, that's going to help you through this is not being too closed off or reserved or hasty, taking other people's emotions into consideration, not being too ego-centered, like what serves me. Of course, right now, it's important to think of those things, right? But we have to make sure that we're not throwing other people off in our manifestation process of what our needs are. Just making sure that you're very honest, open, communicative. And with these two here in reverse, I'm sensing that there's just kind of like this closed off energy. Maybe this is someone around you. Maybe you're really open to like I felt in the beginning, open to something, but at the same time you're not. There's like this polarity here. This could simply be, like I said, a no strings attached relationship, like you're kind of easing into it. Because you got this Ace of Air in reverse. And then the Knight of Air, the Page of Air, which is all about like communication, right? Incoming messages, the Sword of Truth, right? Intellect, using the power of your thought. This is thought over emotion. So at this time, it seems like you're taking your emotions out of the equation. And you're hesitant to speak up, I'm sensing here. These two in reverse. There's this like hesitancy to speak your truth. Maybe because there are so many unknowns that you're like, I don't really even know what I want to say or speak at this time. I'm just kind of going with the flow. That could be easily what I'm picking up on. But if that's not your story, another side of this coin, this story here that I'm seeing here, is that you need to not stay too restricted. Like I said, you could be coming from a very restricted place, being closed off, not letting people in, because the Knight of Water and the Page of Air in reverse, it's kind of like not accepting any love offers, not really speaking to anyone, kind of going within. And if that's where you're at, I understand. That is part of your healing journey, your process here. But Spirit's asking you, and what I sensed from the beginning is like you're needing to open up. Just stay open-minded. If you feel that you are kind of being restricted, you don't feel confident right now, Libra, solar plexus in reversed. Like I said, you could be the other side of that imbalance where it's underreactive and you find that you're not really embracing life right now. You're kind of not feeling that airy self that you are. There's not a sense of balance. Libra's all about balance. So the way to do so, if that's your story, right? If you're on the other side, it's all about just embracing it. Opening your heart, opening your mind, standing in your confidence, not needing outside validation to get you through this. Trusting in yourself, knowing that you are held, right? And of course, use your intuition around any sort of love offers that come in at this time. Try not to be too hasty with your words or communication. You know, don't be too blocked off from communicating. If there is someone in your life that wants to communicate or you feel a sense to communicate, use your intuition, right? I'm being drawn to talk about this containers card. So let's see. This came out in the pre-shuffle for you. Let's read on it. Let's see how it connects so far. So containers, it was in reverse, okay? As safe as a box may seem, it's an experience that can also be of emptiness, right? Clinging on to past. As in the past, we crave a knowing of where we begin and where we end energetically. This need for energetic boundaries can become a blessing or a curse according to the emotional context that brought these boundaries into being. Healthy boundaries allow the flow of energetic information to pass through the auric field, giving an opportunity to assess the moment and make healthy choices. Boundaries realized from fear and hurt become dark castles, limiting our expectations and experience on the other side of the emotional moat. Are my beliefs about boundaries healthy? Or do they create boxes that I stuff aspects of myself into, limiting parts of my experience? So like I said, if your story is you or someone around you where you're just kind of feeling closed off because of past experience, you're not accepting any new offers, you're not speaking your truth, then Spirit, your guides, they're aiding you to kind of come out of this a bit, open up, understand both aspects of self, the light and the dark. Allow some new cycles to come in. You got the World card in reverse, so embracing the new, allowing for the sense of completion, learning the karmic lesson, right? Not staying too fixed or rigid. Get the 5 of air too. So there's a lot of air energy. So I'm sensing like this need to communicate, this need to get it all out. Solar plexus, I sense, is directly tied to the throat chakra because how we express ourselves through our confidence, our creativity. This is like our powerhouse center. You know, it's connected. They're all connected, the chakras, but the throat and the solar, I feel like, are very connected. So what you speak out into the world, how you represent yourself as a person is directly correlated with your solar plexus, right? Your confidence, who you are, okay? So your words, your communication during this period in time is very important for you, Libra. Let's read about this 5 of air here, because I think this is kind of potentially a blockage that you might be sensing, or this could be someone around you that I'm reading for. Victorious, the warrior sits atop the graves of those who have fallen beneath her swords. Gravely wounded herself, she cannot see what lingers beyond the storm. What battles she must still face. Has she won or made things worse? You need to consider the cost of winning before you enter this fight. How you act will say much more about you than the results of this. Ask yourself if the ends justify the means. If your success will hurt others, including possibly those you love. Think carefully, Think carefully about how much it will cost you, Libra. If this one victory will actually lead to more tension in the long run, so the bigger picture, rather than bringing the resolution you seek. So this could speak to that overreactive solar plexus, like being too confident, too impulsive, right? Trying to control the outcome, trying to manipulate, you know, that's what I kind of sense around this 5 of air. So this doesn't have to be you. This could be someone around you, potentially a fellow air sign that you're dealing with, that's kind of sitting in that energy. So take it as it resonates. This is a general message, okay? So if this is your story, you'll understand what roles are where. I keep getting drawn back to this open-mindedness, and this could be from you or the other person, both of you staying open-minded, right? Understanding the needs of others, not trying to control or manipulate a situation. And maybe that is why these are coming in reverse, because it's taking a time, a period to just embrace the unknown. Maybe you're in a separation right now, and that's why these two, the Page of Air and the Knight of Water, are in reverse. Because there is no new love offer coming in, or maybe there was at some point, you know, this falling under springtime. You know, maybe there was a rejection of a love offer in the spring, or, you know, someone was closed off to this love offer or communication. And now it's kind of in June, it's like reassessing, okay, do I want to fight this battle with integrity, or do I want to fight this battle just to win and conquer, manipulate the situation? Because there is this sense of closure or completion that wants to come in at this time. It's just kind of seeing all aspects of the given situation and what people are going through, and not putting yourself into too many like containers and compartmentalizing all your pain and validating it, right? Finding ways to validate your pain rather than just releasing it and saying, hey, you know, I'm going to trust. That's a big thing for you. Trust. I'm going to be open-minded. I'm going to trust that whatever is meant for me will be for me. What you seek is seeking you, Libra. Okay? It's a beautiful Rumi quote. And I think that will really serve you during this period in time. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify this Knight of Water. What was this potential like love offer, potential blockages around this Knight of Water, please, for Libra? This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements for June 2020. Can you tell me about this Knight of Water? Show me what I need to see. Yeah. There's that Knight of Swords. So you have the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords in reverse. So definitely some sort of pulling back with communication, not accepting, you know, a love offer. You got the Queen of Cups here in reverse. So I think you or your partner, if they're water or air sign, I'm sensing like one person's emotionally blocked off, and the other is just like not speaking their truth. Or this could just be one person, this Queen of Cups figure, if you're dealing with a feminine counterpart. Also keep in mind that just because it comes up as a queen, it doesn't have to be a queen. It could be just a masculine stepping into that feminine energy. There is some sort of blockage, though, around emotions. It's of importance to you to do some solar plexus healing, Libra. Even if it's not you who is emotionally closed off at this time, I think it would serve you in understanding the dynamics of this relationship, or just self, right? I'm going to read on this Ace of Air for you to kind of close off the energies of this reading. If you want to go a bit deeper with me, please feel free to reach out for a private reading. Okay? The Ace of Air reverse wants to know if you are holding on to outdated beliefs. That's kind of connected with that container card, remember? Opinions or fears that are exerting an influence on your decision-making ability. Past hurts, past failures and mistakes, loss, the thoughts and opinions of others, and fear of upsetting others if we disagree or choose a way that is different to their own. All of these things can hamper our ability to implement new ideas or a new way of being. Over time, they become impediments that can limit and restrict us. The Ace of Air reverse asks that you look within to discover what it is that prevents you from acting. So yeah, I'm seeing this holding back, pulling back. Remember with these two cards here. What is limiting you from acting, speaking your truth? Are your own beliefs sabotaging your future goals, right? Are your own beliefs, Libra, sabotaging your future goals? Again, this could be about someone else, someone that's been emotionally wounded in the past, right? There's some deep emotional healing. And maybe the way that this person, you or the other, is dealing with this emotional pain from the past, kind of like compartmentalizing it, putting it away, and they just kind of have this overreactive solar plexus where they're just like, I'm fine, I'm confident, I can control my situation. Like, it could go that way. And it's leading into the Five of Air. So that's kind of the warning here. So if that is the story, try not to step into that and really deal with what is below the surface, as I'm getting. Dealing with that emotional wounding. And that's all about the Venus retrograde, right? Past deep-seated relationship issues that you might have had from your past, and allowing that to come up to the surface and being honest, truthful, open, right? Not trying to fight fire with fire, sword for sword, tit for tat, right? Not compartmentalizing your pain, right? And holding on to the pain. Letting this cycle complete so a new cycle can enter into your life. Another theme here is like that victimized mentality can lead to this Five of Air, right? It doesn't look so pleasant. Like, yeah, you might have fought a good fight, but how are you leaving this energy? Are you leaving it feeling accomplished? Or are you leaving with all that emotional baggage, right? And that guilt, fear, you know, we want to kind of leave any sort of situation, you know, speaking our truth, stepping into our integrity, right? Being confident, of course, but not overly confident and like harsh is what I should say. All right, Libra, this is your June 2020 reading. Again, if you'd like to go a bit deeper, check me out in the description box below. Stay blessed.